Well, we're here with the world famous Cherryholmes. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
We're doing really good.
We're all doing good.
Right.
Everybody's doing good.
So, new record just out this week, I guess?
New record just came out on the 30th of September, which was yesterday. And so far, so good. Doing really good.
How did the live remote broadcast go?
It went real well. We had a real good time over there at the Rutledge and broadcast live on WDVX, and it was a fun time. It was fun because a lot of musicians came over and we got to visit with people. But I heard the music was good.
Well, what have you guys got coming up? I hear there's some exciting things on the board for next year.
Yeah, and next in January, which is just a few months off, we'll be doing our first show with a symphony. So, and it's going to be our music, and so it's going to be interesting. We're having it all scored for our entire symphony, and so they'll be backing a symphony orchestra backing us up playing bluegrass.
Wow, where's that going to be?
The first one is in Portland, Oregon, and then we got Spokane, Washington. They already got some dates finalized for the next year here in Nashville, over at the Skirmahorn, 3 nights.
Wow.
So, and
you guys
then,
know where tux is and formals?
No.
Rhinestones and
Cool.
This is going to be us in front of the orchestra wearing tuxes.
yeah, that's right.
Well, let's hear maybe a little more about the CD. If each one of you would maybe share something about it that you like to tell folks.
Well, it's very exciting. The tracks that we got, we have all original except for one. And I guess, there's 14 tracks on it? 13, and yeah, 13 tracks. And one of them was written by Graham Parsons and Herb Peterson, or Chris Hillman, was it? Chris Hillman, Devil in Disguise. But everything else that we've done is original, and I think that's real exciting because, we have a chance to express ourselves in our music, so it's pretty cool.
It's a different sound.
Yeah, it's very different. It's not some run-of-the-mill bluegrass or country or anything else. It's us, it's Cherryholmes.
Right,
when you hear those first few notes on a kickoff, you can tell that it's us.
That's the idea, right?
Because it's off time. No, just kidding.
them guys.
Yeah, it's us, but...
Well, see, you wrote several of the tunes, didn't you?
Yeah, actually, I wrote or co-wrote 7, so I got quite a few on this one this time.
Good for you. You won.
Yeah, I won the prize. So the way I explained it, though, was if people like the album, great, I wrote half of it. If they don't like the album, that's really bad because I wrote half of it. So, yeah.
Do you have one in mind to think of as a single?
Actually, we do have one that they're going to be using as a single. It's the "This Is My Son." We actually are in the process of remixing it as a country cut, and they're going to be they put piano and organ and drums and different percussion on it. So it turned out really cool. We're really excited about it.
Is that one that you're singing?
Yes, it is. It's one that I wrote and that I got to sing. So it's pretty neat.
Well, Sandy, you managed to always get at least one song. You got a bunch of good singers in the band. How do you fight for? Make sure you get your song.
Well, I'm mom. I don't fight. You know what I do? But everybody's responsible for contributing. So nobody does something for someone else. I mean, if it comes out that way, like she wrote a song and Skip ended up singing it. But for myself, I'm working now. I mean, if I don't have anything to offer, then I'm out of luck. Yeah. And on the ones, I did 2 of them. I wrote one, co-wrote the other with Sia. The King is a Babe is a gospel tune that I wrote, and it's got kind of a Celtic slant to it. Mm-hmm. We brought Jeff Taylor in to do the penny whistle and accordion. That's really,
very cool track.
Good track. And then the other one, The Sailing Man, was the clawhammer tune. I love the clawhammer. And I had written it originally with words that when I read them, I thought were just really cheesy. I didn't like them, but I loved the melody. It was really uplifting and a lot of fun. So we were at a campground one time, and I was really frustrated, and I played it for Sia, and I said, listen to this song. I'm gonna show you how it's supposed to go, and I want to see if you could write some words for it. And so she stopped and she listened, and I think she walked around the campground about 3 or 4 times and came back and handed me a paper. It was full of lyrics, and the lyrics were perfect, and it ended up being the song that we cut, The Sailing Man. So she wrote the words and I wrote the music on that one. So
neat. Well, we got to talk about the arrangements you did on Broken. That's really a big departure for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, it was when we got in the studio, we weren't actually planning to do that because when me and BJ originally worked on the main violin parts, it ended up turning into a more Celtic, orchestral feel anyways. And then I had mentioned to Ben when we were producing, I thought, let's add a few more instruments, to fill it in. So I went back one night and I took a dictaphone recorder and I started putting down parts. And I love to listen to score soundtracks for music. And I got some ideas, and I came back in the studio and we just started overdubbing stuff and finally came up with it. And it was a lot of fun, and it was sort of triumph for me since I always admired people who compose that music anyway. So,
now, how do you do it live?
We try to do as much as we can as far as extra notes and doing some of the parts that we do, but until we get the actual symphony, it won't be the full demonstration. So.
Very nice.
Well,
you should be
you.
proud of that.
Thank you.
And are you playing mandolin in the show now?
Yeah, actually, I've performed several cuts on the record, mandolin. I've played actually less fiddle on this record than all the rest of the records. I think I played about two numbers on the fiddle, and then I played a couple numbers on octave violin, which is tuned a whole step down, and most of it was for "This Is My Son" and then "Broken," which I played a couple parts, one part on "Pass Through" on that song, and then mandolin and mandola pretty much through the rest of everything else. And I think that basically came about since the four of the younger of us do most of the arranging, it just seemed to feel that way, and we're looking for a certain feel. So we just started changing some things up, and it just ended up that way.
Well, it's just another way for you guys to grow, and it's fascinating for me to watch.
They keep me busy, though.
Yeah,
They have me changing instruments like every song.
You guys need some instrument techs on the road.
Yeah, we do.
Well, folks, I appreciate you spending some time, and best of luck to you all for this year and the rest of next.
And we appreciate you, too.